Welcome to the launch of Get Busy Living. It's really a rally cry for me and my family to venture away from this little slice of paradise we live in called Florida and see more than just beaches. Disney, Universal, and beaches, and sunny weather. Wait, why are we leaving Florida? I'm Corey, a lifelong local of the Gulf Coast of Florida in a small area called 30A. We live where millions of people vacation every year. This makes it extremely hard to satisfy the travel itch. Our family loves the beach lifestyle, but as the self-appointed planner of fun stuff, according to my domestic supervisor, I realized we needed to step outside of our sugar sand beaches and hit the road. I woke up one night with the words of Andy Dufresne echoing in my head, get busy living or get busy dying. And after a while, it became a rally cry to make an effort and plan to explore parts of the United States we just don't go to seek out new adventures and really spend more purposeful time with my family. So after watching many informative YouTube videos on traveling, camping, and touring in RVs, I conjured up a 3-year plan to do something about it. Take 3 huge trips to 3 amazing locations, one with my son, one with my daughter, and of course, one with my wife. The easy part was deciding to travel, right? We all want to do that. The hard part is how. Thankfully, the internet is always ready to help you plan fun, so I did. And for our first trip, my 14-year-old son and I are adventuring in a camper van. Why did we choose a camper van? Well, our most important reason isn't likely the most obvious, but it should be. So here are the reasons we chose a van. You camp where you drive. You aren't stuck in a theme park resort room. You don't have boarding passes, no shelling out cash for taxis, or worrying about check-in, check-out times. You get in the van and you go, and you drive as far as you want, then spend the night and stay or keep going. Your accommodation is your van, and there's endless ways to find free camping across the country. Safety. I've been called Danger Dad more than once, so I'm leaning in here. You can move when you want, where you want, and you are protected from the weather, and of course, wildlife. I think having Snoopy animals check out your campsite at night is kind of cool. Even more cool when you're inside a van and don't have a thin tent wall separating you and the animal. A camper van just offers better overall protection than a tent. Also, if you feel uncomfortable at a campsite, you just pack up and leave. Let's talk about climate control. Obviously, we can't control it, but you can in a van. It has an AC and a heater. You're clear to visit the mountains in the winter and desert in the summer. For me, climate control is imperative when resting, and restful sleep is important if you are heading out and exploring your destinations. The van life community looks awesome. Being outdoors is relaxing, great for mental health, and waking your body up and doing things outside. Breathing fresh air and meeting others that are looking for the same thing can offer a sense of community and camaraderie that my family loves. As a Jeep owner, we've always enjoyed that super friendly and welcoming community. And it's always fun to see how others build their vehicles. I imagine van people will be the same. What about quick setup? Yeah, it's instant. Instant campsite setup. It's instantaneous. You aren't pulling poles through sleeves, unloading all your gear, setting up bare boundaries. You get the picture. The van is your concierge. It will have almost everything you need right at your fingertips. Daddy, when can we go to the bathroom? This is a huge one. Having it is gold, especially to avoid long, dark walks to the facilities at night at your campsites, if your campsite even has one. Technically, you can camp all year long in a van, even at frigid -40 degrees or sweltering 120 degrees. You may not want to go outside, but you can camp. A more comfortable bed. This is a scientifically proven fact straight from my very own study. Which is more comfy, a mattress or an inflatable? The mattress wins hands down, right? Oh, and you aren't going to find Bigfoot at a theme park. Stay tuned for more Bigfoot trivia and theories. We've got a ton of them. And the most important reason that you may not have thought of, proximity of you and your travel partner. In my case, family. It's quality time, 24 hours a day, something you don't get with your kids very often. With school, sports, church, friends, and social media, you have to make time with your kids intentional, and getting their full attention is tough. You can't hide in the van, so by proximity, you will not get more genuine FaceTime with your kids than when you are camping in a van. Plus, you can let them be co-pilot and take some control over the trip. I let my son book a few of the campsites, and things to see on our inaugural Utah trip, and I'm excited to experience that with him. So here's the deal. With a camper van costing anywhere from $50,000 to well over $200,000, it's quite a leap of faith just to buy one to get into van life. But fortunately, there are several options we can choose from without committing to a sizable investment. For instance, borrowing a friend's van for the weekend, going to an RV show and test driving one, or use a rental service like we did. We found a site called GoCamp. They are like an Airbnb for van owners. They are so helpful and knowledgeable. Rates start at around $200 a night. Some go above $325 for 4x4s. We opted for a 2-wheel drive. We booked it out of Vegas for 7 days. If you subscribe to our channel, you can see a video on the van we're using in a future episode. We will head to Utah and check out Zion, Canyonlands, Capitol Reef, and Bryce Canyon National Parks. Stops in Snow Canyon, Goosenecks, Dead Horse Point, and Kodachrome Basin State Parks. Oh, and of course, Monument Valley, and we're doing the Coral Sand Dunes Park as well. So my son and I are flying to Vegas and taking the GoCamp van around southern Utah, and that is the first trip planned for our new channel. Before our adventure begins, we are releasing a few more how-to videos on how we plan this trip, including our destinations, campsites, things to see in between, and our golden rule for driving to each: time spent driving. A trip like this, you have to drive, and what better way to do it than in a van? Maybe down by the river. So please, leave comments below if you have any first-time van life trip tips for us, and wish us luck and safe travels. We promise not to ask you to subscribe, like, and share all the time, but we would greatly appreciate it if you enjoy this. Practical tips, stories on affordable family adventures with a few dad jokes, reality checks, and inspiration on how to get busy living. We'll see you soon.